Welcome back to Southern Crafts Corner. Today we're going to use this Dollar Tree wood sign and make an adorable gnome DIY. So where are my gnomies at? So if you're here, all you need for this project is some antique wax, some paintbrushes, some 15mm half beads. We're going to use some fuzzy ribbon and then some gorgeous tartan plaid paper. I got my paper at Hobby Lobby for this project. So the first step is we're gonna go ahead and take our antique wax and use a baby wipe to smooth it out over our wood and give it a really gorgeous stain. Next, I went ahead and picked 2 of these tartan plaid papers. I picked the green and red to give me my traditional Christmas colors, and I'm gonna take my board and actually draw out the measurements of the width so that way I have the right size hats for my board. On the back, I'm just gonna take a pencil and draw kind of like a cone shape for a gnome hat, and then I'm gonna draw a secondary shape with a slight curve and finish it off the same way. I decided not to go with the third design and just the first 2. So what I'm gonna do is use these scrapbook scissors. They have little beveled edges. It gives it a nice scalloped finish. And I am going to just cut out my little hats to give it a really nice finished look on the front. So you can see how cute that looks with the plaid. So I went ahead and you can see I cut little hats, 5 of them, to fit the width of my project. Next up, we're going to give them some beards. So to do this, I am going to make 3 pointed ones to go with my straight hats and then 2 rounded ones to go with my curved hats. I'm just freehanding them, getting them to be around the same width as the papers, and then I'm going to cut all of these off and get my beards ready to get glued on. Now that I have all my beards, it's time to glue them on. So I am just gonna use my hot glue gun and get them glued right onto my board. Make sure your stain is nice and dry. And we're gonna go one by one, and I'm going to follow the same pattern as the hat to give it this really whimsical finish. Next, it's time for the hats. So for this part, I am just taking my hot glue gun and just literally putting some hot glue right onto the back, gluing the base down on top of the fur, and then pushing the hat down onto the wood. So I'm gonna go back and forth with my green and red plaid and get those secured down. And then of course you cannot have a cute gnome without a cute button nose. So for this, I am going to just use some little 15mm half beads And I'm going to just pop them right into the center on top of both the beard and the hat. Lastly, I decided to just make a quick, easy hanger. For this, I'm going to stain 7 beads in green and 6 beads in red. And to stain them, you just put them in a little bag with some paint and a little bit of water. And then you dump the color right on top of some paper towels and gently roll off any excess paint in water. And this gives you beautifully stained beads. So I have my green ones, and then now I'm going to do the red. My twine for my hanger was roughly 12 inches, and I did do a double layer. So there are my green and red beads. So now it's time to string them. So I'm gonna just do mine in a back and forth pattern, just like my hats, green, red, green, red, green, red, and get them all on here. And the last step is just to go ahead and glue down your hanger. This was a super fast craft. I kept this video in real time so you can see how quick and easy you can make this one, and it came out adorable. You can go ahead and personalize your hats and make one for each family and just add this cutie pie to your home. So if you enjoyed this craft, come and follow my page and check out some other easy, beautiful DIYs over at Southern Crafts Corner.